A very good evening, dear viewers. In this match, which is one of the last matches in the first round of this ongoing 32-man competition, which has the majority of the best players in Uganda here at the Amigos Pool Arena, which is also called the Kampala Pool Arena, right at the heart of Kampala City. A guy whom you've not been seeing live for the last 1 month, Mansoor, one of Uganda's best and greatest ever players, is leading 3-2 against the others whom you recall, the near men of the Ugandan pool. He has been too good, Paquiao, for the last 10 plus years, by the way, but too little achievements to match up his talent. 3-2. It is Mansoor, the guy in the lead, and it is a short race to 5 for a place in the second round, which is the round of last 16. My apologies. This match started a little bit late. Sometimes I do struggle with how to position my tripod, how to balance between networks and between the two streaming platforms. Also a little bit lacking in terms of the positioning of the camera. Nonetheless, I do believe that you can see the entire table and the players' faces pretty brilliantly. And since it is YouTube, I do request, because there is a competition between my source of the light and the direct sunlight, so please adjust the lighting of your phone to maximum, and then also you can adjust to the highest possible resolution your video, so that you can watch the best quality picture. The tournament has the participation of pretty much majority of Uganda's best players. Men's category, one lady is participating in the first match, which is happening in the second round. She is already in the round of 16. Rashida Mutesi is up against Vincent Sechiboli. Very inconsistent Mansoor in many ways. Not on the table. On the table, there is no doubt about his abilities. Not always regularly participating in some of these tournaments. He did choose to participate in an easier competition, I would say, if you remember the day that there was that star shooters competition that happened in Kampala when Eshka and Maluva were also in participation tournament that was organized between 64 players, tournament that was won by Ibrahim Sajemba. He did choose to participate in another 64-man competition that was in Midwestern Uganda, Fort Portal, and he did win it. You wouldn't blame him because of the final end result of his decision. He also missed out on having a money match that was slated between him and Maluva, because we deemed him too far away from the venue. Although he promised that he would be at the venue on time, he was in Fort Portal, if you can check out on the Ugandan map, and he needed about 8 hours on the road, and it was very unlikely that he would catch the match on time. That is how his match with the Maluva was called off. Maybe he'll have another chance one day. Paquiao deciding to play the white ball a little bit arrogantly, maybe a little backspin would have done. Nonetheless, he still has a relatively good white ball. For the yellow ball, he's looking at to the center pocket on the right. If he gets it right, like he seemingly will, maybe he will be good enough for a clearance that will take us to 3-all. Big miss, that one. He wasn't even close to the pocket. He didn't hit his ball against the jaw of the pocket. He hit at the flat cushion. Got it entirely wrong. That kind of miss, I want to think the player doesn't deserve to win the frame. That shot may look easy, but the position of the white ball against Mansoor's red was so direct. Little detail, the big spin on the white ball, moving it to the direction where he can put the black ball to the left center pocket, which he does. White is safe. Mansoor 4, Paquiao 2. 3 games to go. Paquiao needs to win them all or else go back home. Vito asking about the whereabouts of Mansoor when Maluva and Eshka did too. I do believe that I did answer you momentarily ago. Thank you for watching Ben James Matongo Music. As Mansoor now gets a dry break, Paquiao needs to be lucky 3 times, maybe play very well himself 3 times and win 3 games in a row, which is a very big unlikelihood for the guy who was, at least this year, shown us his very good abilities. He has won a money match against Lawrence Sengonge, $600 at stake. He did lose another money match against Robert Tumusime, but has at least won a comp and reached a final of another this year. Comp he won was the hashtag monthly comp in Wakiso near Kampala. He did beat Ibrahim Kanja in the final. He also lost another comp, the Kamocha Weekly Center comp, the ones that normally happen on Tuesday. And in that one, he as well lost out to Ibrahim Kanja in the final. He came second. That was his biggest run of form because those tournaments came within a week of each other. This time, Paquiao, as he is nicknamed, has no opportunity for error. There's a tempting shot here, which he will play. He has to guide the white ball so well and gets it wrong. As in wrong, gets himself snookered advantage, Mansoor. And I want to think that whether or not he finds his red, unless he pots it, this frame is heavily poised for Mansoor to win. He is gifted with 2 shots here. And if you're a fan of Mansoor, now you are probably thinking of who he will face in the second round. Dog City in the second round. He could face Mansoor if he goes that far, if the two go that far in the quarter finals. Ibrahim Kanja is in the second round after beating Lawrence Sengonge. Computer is leading against a guy called Diaz. Ibrahim Sajemba is in the second round. He will face probably Nevi Matovo. He could face Computer in the quarter finals. Joseph Kasozi is in the second round and he is going to be facing, guess who? Kazwe Ian. Big one, that one. Rashida Matesi is taking on Vincent Sechibo, the first match ongoing in the second round. Turije Jonah, the legend, still in the competition. Caleb Mahire is in the second round. And they could face Joseph Kasozi or Ian Kazwe in the round of last 8. Big action coming up. Mansoor is playing to get himself in the second round to take on, guess who? Kayanja Ibra, the real machine. And I don't think it is getting any better and hotter and tougher and stiffer and tighter than it is. He's been missing in action. He's coming back with a bang. And he's missing. A little bit complacent, I will want to think. Paquiao finds his red. His aim was to find the red and snooker Mansoor. It didn't come to pass at all. And for as long as Mansoor can see his yellow ball, which I think he can, you want to think that he is winning this frame, in which case winning the frame means he is winning the match. And will you get a bigger miss than that one? Is it starting to show that he's a little bit rusty? not having enough match practice for the last 1 or 2 months, where he has not been participating in comps and money matches and things of the sort. 2 big misses consecutive in the same frame that should be winning him the match. This one, before saying Paquiao is winning, I will say that Mansoor is losing. Nonetheless, Paquiao 3, Mansoor 4, rest 5. Taya man. Watu waliko kuchat. Timu MJ Safari. Tight match, crunch match. Mansoor remains the favorite, but the manner in which he gifted away the previous frame to allow Paquiao back into this match is, in my opinion, a little bit suspect. It comes to haunt you. It comes to play against you when you take too long without competing. You can become a little bit rusty, unless you're just back to the drawing board, just trying to iron out a few errors. When he last participated, he was very, very, very hot. It is this year that he has beaten Caesar twice in 2 finals of competitions like this. Maybe competitions bigger than this one. It is at this venue that he did beat Caesar in the final of a 64-man 2-day championship. Very memorable performance, that one. He also did beat Caesar in another final that was organized at Addis in Kampala. The match was streamed on this page, and it has been viewed, I think, 130,000 times. Most viewed match on this platform. It's becoming tactical. Paquiao trying to take down Mansoor at his own game. Mansoor does love to play it this way, especially when the game is so critical. He's very good, I want to say, Mansoor, at offensive pull, but just wants to have it this way. And when his attacking game is on, he has made so many to fall prey. We are 120 watching, only 18 have liked. Let's make it 50, 60, 70, 80. Liking is the easiest thing you can ever do on YouTube. It doesn't take even a second just to press that thumb that props up bottom left of your video. He's not shooting well, Mansoor. An unforced error comes up in what is supposed to be his own game. He's the one who is so known for this technical kind of approach. It has lost him 2 frames. It has cost him the last frame, and it's about to cost him another frame. It is about to take us to the decider. Paquiao rightly asked Mansoor to get out of his face, as if telling him, you go away and I kill you. Tricky looking frame, this one. This one won't come easy for Paquiao to put that red ball to the corner pocket bottom left, and then move the white ball for him to get himself good white for the last red. There are yellows on the way. He got it all wrong. A little bit of caution he didn't take. The positioning of the balls looked tougher than his assumption gave him. Maybe even a little bit lucky that the positioning of his reds is generally good. Mansoor has another opportunity to take Paquiao down once and for all, but even that resting position of the white ball, everybody knows that he's going to play snooker, Mansoor. just like that. A very loved guy, Mansoor, in many parts of Kampala, especially in the city center where he first settled when he was coming from central Uganda, the district of Masaka, as a very young boy, by the way. He was nicknamed Muto. It simply means a young one. He was so good and yet so young, a very young teenager. Around 2014, 10 years ago. And only 3 years after settling in the city by 2017, he was Uganda's national champion. He came to dominate Ugandan polo, especially tournaments that were organized by the Polo Session of Uganda. After that national open title in 2018, he also did win the Kampala Open the following year. 2 tournaments, back-to-back Grand Open pool titles. He also won the King of the Table Championship in 2022, as well as the end of year competition in 2023, getting himself to 7 titles of the Polo Association of Uganda, and he is one of 3 players who have gotten himself to that magic number 7. The other 2 are Turije Jonah and Sula Matovu. And speaking of Turije Jonah, look at the top right of your screen. The guy who is sitting and watching this game, the guy who is wearing that black t-shirt, is the legendary Turije Jonah. First player to win 2 National Open titles, to become Uganda National Open Championship twice. He has been ranked number 1 about 5 times before. He has won also 7 tournaments of the Polo Session of Uganda. He has won the All Africa Polo Championships team competition. He has won each and every tournament at least once, organized by the Polo Session of Uganda in terms of the calendar naming of tournaments. He has inspired a lot of players to play pool and to learn pool, and all of Uganda's very good players will say that at one time they were coached by that guy. In my opinion, Mathias Caesar is the best player in the country today without a shade of a doubt. That guy, Joker, is still the GOAT. I will just equate him. It's just that in the present generation there is no social media. I'm saying that in the past generation there was no social media, which the likes of Mansoor and the Paquiao and the other players are taking advantage of. If his reign had social media, he was at his prime such an entertaining player. Has been entertaining the local crowds for the last 25 years and still going strong, and much as his career is in its evening, he still played up to the National Open Championship semi-finals. He's the guy that lost out to Caesar in the semi-final before Caesar defeated Hazard to lift that competition, but a living great of the game. King, good as a good statement. That one, in my opinion, Caesar is a better player, yes, in terms of his lethargic. He's such a lethal guy on table, a no-nonsense guy. I has also won so many competitions. But when you are talking of greatness, you also talk of how inspirational you've been, how impactful you've been. I've traveled this country, reached most of the corners, of course because of pool, but in many of the districts you've found the best player in that place being nicknamed Joker. That is what they call greatness. And what about that shot for a cut by Paquiao? And yes, and yet he again becomes a little bit unlucky with the resting position of the right ball. I don't think he can see the black ball at all. I don't think. And even if he were to see it, he would see it so little. Maybe playing it away to open up the game for Mansoor to make the kill. It is an advantage, Mansoor, unless something just happens for Paquiao. Samuel Zion is asking why Caesar is not performing well in Heibo as he fouls. He's making baby steps. I think he will be a very good Heibo player in the time to come. The Heibo tables are not yet in the country, but a consignment has been ordered by the Advanced Talent Agency. And when they finally do come, I know these players are talented enough to try and compete after practicing on Heibo enough. Otherwise, when Caesar leaves Uganda, he goes to China, the times that he has been going without any practice in Heibo, and is taking on guys who are playing Heibo each and every day. Even the fact that he's able to take down some to try and knock the doorsteps of the prize bracket, I believe is very commendable. In my opinion, I don't want to be very ambitious, at least for now, but I know that in the time to come, especially when he practices enough, he's a very, very, very talented guy. He will make his fans happy. Clearance loading for Mansoor here. A simple roll of the white ball while putting the yellow ball to the corner pocket bottom left will give him a natural movement of the white ball to this other yellow. He goes for a shot which is kind of arrogant, and he is gifting a second consecutive game away. Rusty, if I will use one word to describe him, he is not at his best at all. Sometimes even his decision making is a little bit suspect. Equalizer, Paquiao 4, Mansoor 4. Decider. King, you say that Joker made his name the hard way, and I'm one of the reasons for Mansoor's popularity. Yes, that's why I do respect this guy called Joker. These are guys who became household names when there was no social media, and his name was known even where he had never been seen. And for those of us who got a chance to watch him at his prime, the guy was such an entertainer. He can win, he could lose, but you get to enjoy yourself as he plays. Nowadays, of course, these guys are too lethal. Sometimes they take him down with ease, but it doesn't take away what he has done, what he has achieved on the table. So some of us have to respect those who have done it before to inspire those who are doing it right now. And by the way, he's involved in this competition. I just hope that on the camera table, I'm given a game to stream him. Then as he plays, I'll be explaining to you the more of himself as a person and his career. Mazafar Sasanga is asking where Sajemba Ibra is. He's involved in this tournament. He's in the round of last 16. The most critical bit of this match is at the corner pocket, top right of your screen. Here there is a black ball occupying the pocket, and yet there is Mansoor's red right behind. And this match will be won by whoever of these players manipulates that situation even better. I want to think that Mansoor, if he will think that things are not going his way in this frame, he will want to play another of his red balls if he gets the chance behind the black and deny chance for Paquiao to put it in a direct shot. That, in my opinion, for a guy who is as technically gifted as he is, what I think he will be doing when he gets the opportunity. In the meantime, Mansoor and Paquiao are drawing 4-4. If you're just joining this stream in one of the last matches in the first round of this ongoing 32-man competition at Amigos in Kampala. The game is becoming even more complicated. He's demonstrating his prowess, Mansoor, because it is a game that 1 to 3 minutes ago was heavily poised in favor of Paquiao. Yet this guy is showing us how he did win all those competitions in the last 6 years or so. Paquiao can see little of both of his balls, the yellow ones. Mansoor now knows that both players have a dead ball. Actually, both of Paquiao's yellows are kind of dead. That's a foul. I'm not so sure that it was even the best option of a shot. There was an option for Mansoor to play the red ball, which is around the midpoint of the cushion closest to your screen. He wanted a total snooker maybe as an option, but it was always risky nonetheless. Paquiao doesn't play his free shot enough. It's a foul. Tension, nerves, mistakes. The qualities and weaknesses of both of these players are being unveiled in front of our eyes in a decider. You can say that pool is interesting because of the shots they make, potting balls and moving the white ball so perfectly. Sometimes pool can be interesting simply by watching how technical it can get when it is as tense as it is in this decider, and yet it is only the first round here. Davis Holmes is asking punches in the air for what? Mansoor was punching the air because he was celebrating the fact that he had gotten 2 shots, which he didn't see coming. He has fought tooth and nail to get himself in a position where he can win this game, and so far it is paying off. The black ball is isolated now. It can be anyone's black, but you have to think that the guy who has 6 reds is having a very big advantage to win this frame. Laboula Simon, the computer, is through to the round of last 16. He's one of the now form players. Another foul by Paquiao. Mansoor could want to put Paquiao's only good ball, and now that is when you think that it is time to get tortured. The only ball Paquiao can play is 1. Will he find it? He seems, yes. Apologies for a bad video. Network is a little bit tricky, but upon review, it has been ruled as a foul. You can also play it back. Advantage is that it's being streamed on YouTube. You can play back a live video. Paquiao played off the cushion and then played Mansoor's red first. Right now, Paquiao can only pray that maybe he gets another chance to play. The position of his yellow is not favorable, and you will be about at least 90% sure that Mansoor is winning this one. That was the most important shot of the tournament. After a very hard fight for both of the players, after brilliances and mistakes from the both of them, taking us to a decider, finally Mansoor comes out with a better final score. Mansoor 5, Abubakar Nakabale Paquiao 4.